Welcome to our fourth and last video on the Schedule Master application. When you click and highlight the Schedule Master application, this is the screen you see. And you'll notice appointment time slots, and here on the far right, a calendar column. Now, you can manipulate the year by clicking on the arrows, and the months similarly. So simply to select a date, then you use the arrows to find your month and the arrows to find your year, and then click on the particular date that you want. Now, to open up a screen, you can either click on New or find your date here and then click on the time slot that you wish to make an entry for. So you would actually double click on the time slot. For our purposes, we'll simply click on New and bring up a brand new screen. And since we have brought up a new screen that way, you'll notice that we have a date and time selector here. You can choose a start date and an end date here. This is a simple date editor. And then when you save your entry, then it will register in the ScheduleMinder. Now, in the data entry fields, you enter the subject, event type, event address, and again the address works just the same way that we've already demonstrated in the earlier applications. The phone and fax application is the same, and we've already mentioned the start date and end date time. Just as simple as clicking on the arrow and using the arrows to find your year and month, selecting a day, and making your choice. And there you have it. Here is our appointment start date and end date. Here we have notes and observations. Now, the Schedule Master application also includes the Person Finder, Organization Minder, and as well you can associate picture files with this, as well as documents and any other sorts of files such as images or PDFs. Really any sort of file that you can save on a hard drive you can import into this application. The Person Minder tab, you simply click on the tab, and the easiest way to do this is to click on New to bring up a new screen. And here you have the complete Person Minder. Now you can use this to enter as however much or little information as you need. Let's just to show you here how this will populate. Let's we'll enter the first name. Now mind you can use this for your own purposes. So even though it says first name, maybe you only need a brief mention. So you could actually enter Bob Jones, for example. No need to, if that serves your purposes, you can enter the first and last name. However, you can also enter them discreetly here as Bob and then middle name Jones, or middle name Smith and last name Jones. And then we can save and close. And now you see in our when we return to the main screen, we have Bob Jones entered into our library. And note the columns. You can remove these columns or add columns, whatever you want to do with it, just as we demonstrated in the introductory video. If you want to delete Bob Jones, then all you have to do is hit the X and say yes, and Bob Jones is gone. The Organization Minder works the same way. We click on New, and we have a brand new Organization Minder screen, and so if you want to make an entry, you go to the name field and enter the name of your organization, and click one of the Save buttons. Here I'll click Save and Close. And here we have Widget. And again, if you want to get rid of it, you simply highlight it and click the X, say yes, and it's gone. And here as well we can add picture files to associate with this particular event if you wish. The picture file application is the very same one that we've been demonstrating in the Person Finder and Organization Minder applications. Now, as well, we have the complete documents and files application, and again, this works the very same way that we've already demonstrated. And that's really all there is to it. I mean, this is a very simple, basic, easy to use application. It's really what you see is what you get, and you can use it right out of the box, so to speak. Okay, so I will save and close. And there we are. Now we don't have anything entered here, so I'm going to reopen this. And this time you'll note that since I brought the screen up by double-clicking a time slot, that the time slot is reflected here. And we have our appointment time from 1 a.m. to 1:30 a.m. Now, in order to see the entry listed, we have to put something in the subject box. For example, now let's click Save and Close. And here is our subject listed for 1 a.m. And that's all there is to it. That's the end of this video. Again, if you have questions or need support, please use the toll-free number given in the README document or the support email also given in the README document. Thank you very much for your time and attention.